This conference will now be recorded.
So in the previous session, we have discussed about creating the records inside the object through Apex programming. We have discussed practically. There we have discussed how to create a single record through Apex programming and how to create multiple record, that means bulk records also, and how can we create the related records inside the object we have discussed. And then while creating the bulk records, we have identified some limitations. Like Salesforce has given the limitation that we can able to use maximum of 150 DML statements inside a transaction. So within a transaction, we can use maximum of 150 DML statements only. The combination of all the DML statements, including insert, update, delete, undelete, upsert, merge, combination of all these DML statements should be maximum of 150 per transaction. When you try to use more than 150 DML statements within a transaction, Salesforce will be raising an exception, that is system.limit exception, too many DML statements 151. It will be raising an exception called as too many DML statements 151. Then what is the solution for that? How can we reduce the number of statements? For that reason, we are going to be using a feature called as collections. Okay. To avoid such kind of problems, we are using a feature called as collections. Then what exactly a collection? What is a use? What type of collections are available in Salesforce? As part of Apex programming, what are the various types of collections available in Salesforce? And then what exactly each and every collection, and then what is the significance or the features of each and every collection type, and what are the methods are available, how to use them, everything we'll see practically one by one. So what exactly a collection first? Collection means what? Group. As of now, what we did, we are inserting each and every record one by one, one by one, one by one, by using a separate insert statement. Like for example, when you go to your code also, here upon inserting the record inside my for loop also over here, what we did in the first iteration, I'm inserting one record by using one insert statement. In the second iteration, one more insert statement. Third iteration, one more. Fourth iteration, one more. 100th iteration, 100, one more. Like that, here 100 DML statements I'm using inside this particular transaction. But in this case, what happened? I'm keep on inserting the records one by one. Okay, insert the first record, and then one more, and then one more, and then one more, and then one more, like that. In this case, if I keep on sending the request to the server, because one by one, one by one, one by one, then server will be processing my request only. Server will busy with my request only, then other people's request will be in waiting status. Those other customers, other people will be getting affected. For that one, don't perform the operations on the records one by one, one by one, one by one. Make it as bulk, make it as group. For that reason, we are using the help of a feature called as collections. Then what exactly a collection? Collection contains a group of elements. Group of elements. Now, so let me explain one general scenario, simple general scenario. Now, assume that today my mother asked me to go to that supermarket and then to bring some vegetables and some fruits and some grocery items. She has given some list of
Hello.
Hello, Firoz.
No. So now today, my mother asked me to go to the supermarket and to bring some set of items. She needs some vegetables and she needs some fruits and some household items like some grocery items. She has given a list of items to me. Then generally now tell me what you will do. She has given some list of items like some 5 items she has given to me. Like for example, some 4 kg, tomato, some potato, some 4 kg, and then one shot. So these are the list of items she want. Now I have prepared a small list. I made on this my paper over here. Okay, I made a note of all these 4 items in a paper. I went to the supermarket. So now tell me what you will do in this case. Here we have 2 scenarios. So I have visited the supermarket. First of all, I'm going to the apples place. I'm collecting the apples. I will go to that billing counter. Okay, I will go to the billing counter. I will pay the amount. Pay the amount. Now. So this is one thing. After paying that, here again I will go to the tomatoes place. I will collect some 2 kgs of tomato. I will go to the billing counter and I will pay the amount. Next. So after collecting that, paying the amount for the tomato, I will go to the potatoes and then I will collect some 4 kgs of tomato. I will go to the billing counter. I will pay the bill. And then I will go to that shampoo's place. I will be collecting that one shampoo bottle and then I'm going to the billing counter and paying it. This is one way. That means what? One by one, one by one, one by one, one by one, we are purchasing the items. But in this case, what will happen? Will it be killing your time, right? Yes. Because to take that 4 kgs of apple, it will take hardly some 1 minute or 2 minutes. But we have to go to the billing counter. There will be some lengthy queue is there. We have to stay in the queue for a long time. That means we are wasting our time. We are wasting our time. We are wasting the resources. So I don't have much time to stay in the queue for a long time because I'm also having some work. I need to go to my office. I'm also having some busy work. So I can't spend much time. In this case, what we can do to avoid this kind of time consuming process, what we will do is simply whenever you are going to this particular supermarket, whenever you are entering into the supermarket, first of all, we are going to be collecting a basket. We are collecting a basket. So we are collecting a basket. Collect the basket, go to the apple's place, and then collect 4 kgs of apple and then place inside this. And then go to the tomatoes place, collect the 2 kgs of tomato and place inside this basket. Go to the potatoes place and then collect that 4 kgs of potato, place inside the basket. Go to that shampoo's place and then collect one shampoo bottle and then place inside the basket. So whatever the items that you want, collect all these items and place inside the basket. Once all the items are available, then go to the billing counter here. Okay, then go to the billing counter here. So this is the billing counter. go to the billing counter, and then make that payment for the entire items in one shot. Now tell me, the first scenario is easy, second scenario is easy. Second scenario is very easy because we are not staying in the queue for a long time. So only one time we can stay in the queue. Collect all the items, place inside the basket, and then we can go to the billing counter so that we can able to make the payment for all the 4 items in one shot. That means what, here we can save the time and then we can save the resources also. That facility is available. Why? Because if I'm going to be making the payment for each and every item, then I won't get any discount. If I'm going to be paying the bill for all the items, if the amount is more than 1,000 rupees, they're giving some 10% discount, then I will get the discounts over there. That means I can able to save the amount as well over here. That possibility is there. Okay. Now, so now in this case, what we are doing here, we can able to save the amount and we can able to save the time also. That means what? It's a very flexible device. Now in this case, like the similar way in our databases also, don't insert each and every record one by one, because it will be killing your resources. It will be impacting on your application performance. For that one, don't insert each and every record one by one, and then collect the records which you want to insert, place inside the basket, and then once all the records are available inside the basket, and then insert all the collection of records in one shot into your database. Then what is that basket over here where we can place all these items? This basket is nothing but your collection. This basket is nothing but collection. So what do you mean by collection? Collection contains a group of records, a group of elements. What type of elements? Homogeneous elements and heterogeneous elements also, both. You know a concept called as arrays. What do you mean by array? Array contains some collection of elements of type homogeneous elements. That means same data type elements will be available inside the array. But when coming to the collection is completely reverse. Collection will be avoiding all the drawbacks of your arrays. During the arrays, we have identified some drawbacks. Like when coming to the array size will be a fixed size. Upon defining the array, we have to give that indication. That means we have to give that size of the array. That means how many number of elements the array can hold. But in collection, we no need to give any size because collection size is keep on increasing automatically. No need to indicate the size. It will be keep on increasing automatically. Now, so now here in this case, collections are dynamic in nature. Arrays are static in nature. Arrays are static, fixed size. With then collection sizes keep on increasing, keep on decreasing automatically. So when coming to the collections are used to store the group of elements or a collection of elements of type both homogeneous and heterogeneous elements. Similar type of elements also, dissimilar type of elements also we can store inside that collections. That facility is available. So collection allows us to store both homogeneous elements and heterogeneous elements inside that collection. That possibility is available. Now, so let me give you the note point over here. Collections allows us to store a group of both homogeneous and heterogeneous elements. Collections allows us to store a group of both homogeneous and heterogeneous elements. That is, collections allows us to store similar type of elements and dissimilar type of elements. We can store similar type elements and dissimilar type of elements inside the collections. Okay, different types of elements you can store. That means different types of records you can store inside these collections also. That possibilities are available over there. Now, okay, collection allows us to store both homogeneous elements and heterogeneous elements inside it. So both similar type of elements also we can store, and dissimilar type of elements also we can able to store inside it. Now, so now whenever I'm storing some elements inside the collections, collections will be working like as balloons. Collections are working like as balloons. Like for example, suppose inside a balloon, if I keep on filling up the air, automatically what happened? Keep on size will be getting expanded. Whenever I'm filling up the air, automatically collections, the balloon size will be keep on increasing. If I'm removing some air from the balloon, automatically size will be getting decreased. Like the similar way here also, whenever I'm adding the elements, collection size will be keep on increasing. Whenever I'm removing some elements, collection size will be getting decreased automatically. So that collection size can grow and collection size can shrink at one time. Because collections are not supporting static memory allocation. These are not fixed size. Collection size can grow, collection size can shrink at one time. If I'm adding some element, automatically size will be expanding. If I'm removing some element, size will be getting decreased. So that here we can able to utilize the memory very efficiently. There is no concept of memory wastage. In collections, there is no memory wastage. Because if I'm adding one element, for that element, whatever the memory is required, that much of memory will be allocated. Suppose if I'm adding second element, for the second element, how much memory is required, it will be expanding that. Third element, memory expanding. Fourth element, memory expanding. So that depends upon the number of elements we have stored. Okay, for those elements only, it is going to be allocating the memory. Suppose from those four elements, if you're removing one element, then automatically memory will be getting released. Memory will be getting decreased over here. So that collection size can grow and shrink at runtime. That possibility is available over here. Okay, now. So now when coming to the collections. Collection supports the dynamic memory allocation. Dynamic memory allocation. Hence, the collection size can grow or shrink at runtime, so that we can avoid the memory wastage inside the collections. We can avoid the memory wastage inside the collection. So inside the collections, we can able to avoid that memory wastage. So that possibility is available. Now, in this case, you can raise a question, sir, what type of elements we can store inside the collection? Collections allows us to store different types of elements also. Like we can store primitive type of element. That means integer, double, string, decimal, like that we can store. And then we can store a subject type of elements like as account, contact, opportunity, case, position, hiring manager, like that. Along with that, it will allow us to store collections also. That means in one for loop, we are writing another for loop. In one if condition, we are using another if condition. Like the similar way, in one collection, we can use another collection also. That possibility is available. We'll see practically the concepts. And along with that, it will allow us to store Apex type of elements. It will allow us to store user different types of elements also. So that collection allows us to store, okay, either primitive type of elements, a subject type of elements, collection type of elements, Apex type of elements, and user different types of elements. All the types of elements can be acceptable inside this collections. That possibility is available. Collections allows us to store the elements of type primitive, comma a subject, comma collection type, comma Apex type, and user defined types of elements. So now collections allows us to store the elements of type, primitive type of elements we can store, a subject type of elements we can store, collection type, Apex type, and the user different types of elements also. That possibilities are. Now, in this case, how can we manage the elements inside the collection? Sometimes I want to insert some element. Sometimes I want to delete one element. Sometimes I want to search for an element. Sometimes I want to insert an element here. Sometimes I want to find an element. Then what we can do? Do we have any ready-made functions are available in Salesforce? Yes. But in arrays, we don't have such kind of facilities. Everything we have to implement manually. But when coming to the collections, we have ready-made functionalities are available. So that collections provides some set of ready-made methods to be used to manage the elements inside it. Collections provides a set of ready-made methods to be used to manage the elements inside the collection. It is providing some set of ready-made methods. It is providing some set of ready-made methods okay, to be used to manage the elements inside the collection. In order to manage the elements inside the collections, we have some ready-made methods are available. We no need to write much lines of code. Everything has been given by Salesforce inbuilt. Just we can use those methods and we can manage the elements inside that collection. That possibility is available. Now, in this case, what are the various collections are available in Apex programming? So now, as part of Apex programming, we have three collection classes are available. Apex provides the below three collection classes. These are also the ready-made classes. First one is list class. Second one, set class. Third one, map. These are the three collection classes are available in Salesforce. Collections are the base for the entire development. If you know these three collection classes, how to manage, how to play with them, development will be very simple for you. Three features are important in the entire development. First one, if condition. Second one, enhanced for loop. Third one, collections. Fourth one, normal for loop. If you know these four, development is very, very simple. Because in every program, we are using this four. Without the collections, we can't implement even a single program also in the entire development, wherever you go. Even though when you go to Lightning, also same concept, same collections, nothing different. Now, so that here collections are the base for the entire development concept. Now, so now let's see what we can do in this case. In this case, as part of these collections, we have three collection classes are available in Salesforce. First one is list collection, second one is set collection, third one is map collection. It's a common question in every interview. What are the various collection classes are available in Salesforce? We have three collection classes: list, set, and map. So let's go with each and every collection class. First one, list collection. We'll see each and every collection class and the practical part also over there. Now, so what exactly the list collection? List is also one of the collection class given by Salesforce. List is also one of the collection class given by Salesforce by default. But this list collection is an ordered collection. It is nothing but ordered collection. So what do you mean by this ordered collection? Like for example, come to a general scenario. Everybody is using your smartphones. Now, for example, I'm using my smartphone. Since today morning, I made some 10 calls. Okay, I made some 10 calls. I made some 10 calls to different people. Now tell me where we can see all this information. Who are all the people I made the call since today morning? Where we can see? Inside the call log. We can go to the call history or the call log. There we can see. Now tell me how that list will be available. In the same order which you have made the calls, right? Yes. That means morning 6 o'clock you made the call for this person, and then this person, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. Recently you made the call for this one. That means what? Whatever the order you made the calls, in the same order that call log will be available, right? Yes. That is called as ordered collection. That means whatever the order we have inserted the elements, in the same order the elements will be there, like as a queue. First come, first serve basis. Okay. Okay, first come, first serve basis, or first in, first out basis, whatever the order. That means what? When coming to the list collection is an ordered collection which preserves the insertion order. That means what? It is saving. Preserving means what? Saving the insertion order. That means it is remembering that in which order this person has inserted the elements. In the same order, it will be placing the elements inside it. In the same order, it will be placing the elements inside it here. So list is an ordered collection which preserves the insertion order, where whatever the order we have added the elements, in the same order elements will be available inside that collection. This is the functionality of list collection. Now, it is an ordered collection which preserves the insertion order. That is, the elements will be available inside the collection in the same order in which they were inserted. So whatever the order the elements has been inserted, in the same order the elements will be available inside that collection. Now, so it is an ordered collection which preserves the insertion order. That means the elements will be available inside the collection in the same order in which they were inserted. Now, so now here in this case, when coming to the list collection, so list collection will allow us to store what type of elements? List collection will allow us to store all the types of elements. That means it is supporting both homogeneous elements and heterogeneous elements also. That means both similar type of elements also we can store, and we can store this similar type of elements also inside this list collection. Okay, list collection allows us to store both similar type of elements and then this similar type of elements also inside. Now, The two listed collection allows us to store the primitive type of elements, a subject type of elements, collection type of elements, user different types of elements, and apex type of elements also. All these types of elements can be held inside this listed collection. That possibility is available to you. Now, so in this case, when coming to the listed collection allows us to store primitive type of elements, a subject type, collection type, apex type, user defined types. All the types of elements will be getting acceptable by the listed collection inside this. Now, so now let me give that note point over there. So a listed collection supports to store both homogeneous elements and heterogeneous elements. That means both similar type of elements also we can store, and this similar type of elements also we can store inside this listed collection. That possibility is available. And the next one. Listed collection allows us to store the elements of type primitive type, a subject type, apex type, user defined types, and collection type of elements. Collection type of elements also. So listed collection allows us to store the elements of type primitive, a subject, collection, apex, and user different types of elements. Now tell me, will this listed collection is supporting dynamic memory allocation or static memory allocation? Arrays are supporting static memory, collections are supporting dynamic memory allocation, so that listed collection supports dynamic memory allocation. Dynamic memory allocation, where the collection size can grow or shrink at runtime. So listed collection supports the dynamic memory allocation so that your collection size can grow, collection size can shrink at runtime. That means keep on, we can add some n number of elements also. No limitation, no size, no fixed size. Completely dynamic. Depends upon your requirement, how many number of elements you want, you can add those many number of elements also. That possibility is there. Now, the next one. So now whenever I'm going to be storing these elements over here inside my listed collection, how it is identifying each and every element can be identified by using index position. Whenever I'm storing some elements inside my listed collection will identify each and every element by using an index position which always starts from 0. Like as arrays. So now listed collection also identifying each and every element with the help of an index position which always starts with 0. Now, listed collection maintains an index position for each element which always starts from 0. So each and every element inside my collection will be getting identified by using an index position which always starts from 0. Now, so now here in this case, here upon storing these elements inside this collection, now for example, let me explain. Now, for example, that already told you, okay, just a few minutes before. So now we are making a call to the various people. okay, by using our mobiles, and then that all this calls information is available inside the call history. For example, I made a call to the person like some Ramesh morning at 6 o'clock. And after that, I made the calls for some different people. And then at 10 o'clock, again, I made a call to the Ramesh. Now tell me, two entries will be available there, right? Yes, one entry at 6 o'clock, second entry at 10 o'clock. Ramesh, there also Ramesh, here also Ramesh. That means what duplicate entries are there, right? Yes, here also same concept. Why? Because whatever the call history that you are using inside your mobiles, that is purely list collection. Okay, that's purely implemented by using list collections only, nothing different. They have implemented that feature by using purely list collection. So here also, when coming to the list collection allows the duplicate elements also inside this. Okay. List collection allows duplicate elements also. We can store the duplicate elements also inside that list collection. That possibility is available. So in this case, how to manage the elements inside this list collection? To manage the elements inside the list collection class provides so many ready-made methods. List collection class provides so many ready-made methods which we can use to manage the elements inside these collections. Now, list class provides a set of ready-made methods to be used to manage the elements inside the collection. In order to manage the elements inside the collections, we are going to be using this. We are using some set of ready-made methods which has been given by list collection class by default. As part of this list collection class, we have so many ready-made methods are available over here. By using these ready-made methods, we can manage the elements like as insertion and then removing the elements, searching the elements, arranging the elements, everything we can do with the help of this ready-made methods. Then how can we store the elements inside this list collection? Here, how to define this list collection? Now let's see the syntax. So we have to specify the list of data type. That means you can indicate what type of elements this list collection can hold. This list collection will be storing only integer elements or string type of elements or account records or what you want to store inside this. We can indicate the data type, list of data type. We can specify the object name equals to new list of data type. That's it. This is the syntax we have to follow in order to create the object of this list collection. So we are creating a list collection. Inside this, I would like to store some set of elements. Then what type of elements you want to store, we can indicate the data type also over here. Okay, we can indicate the data type inside this list collection. For example, I'm defining a list collection, list of integer. That means what this list collection can store only integer elements, not different types of elements, only integer, only homogeneous. I'm indicating. So now I'm indicating some customer codes equals to new list of integer. So this is the collection. This list collection can store what type of elements? Integer elements over here. Now, so in this case, it can hold the collection of integer type of elements. It will hold the collection of integer type of elements over here. Like the similar way, sometimes I want to store some country names. I'm having some list of country names are available, like as India, USA, UK, Japan, Germany, China, Middle East, South Africa, Pakistan. Like that, I want to store some country names. Country names are what? String type, so that we can define that collection, list collection with the string type of element. List of string. I'm indicating like as some country names equals to new list of string. So now in this case, this collection, okay, this collection can able to hold a collection of string elements. These are storing a collection of string elements. Now, sometimes I would like to store the record IDs so that I'm indicating list of ID. Record IDs equals to new list of ID type. That means here it can store only the record IDs, not other type of elements. Now, so now here in this case, list of ID means what? It is allowing us to store a collection of record IDs. Only the record IDs will be getting allowed, not the other type of records. Sometimes I want to store account records. So that what we can do, list of account so that it can store collection of account records. Each and every account record is nothing but an element. Every complete account record like as ID, name, rating, industry, annual revenue, the complete account record will be treating like as one element inside this. So I'm indicating LST accounts equals to new list of accounts. So now when coming to this collection holds a collection of account records. It can hold a collection of account records inside it. Sometimes I want to store the case records so that what we can do, list of case. So list cases, you can give any name for the object. New list of case. That means this collection can hold a collection of case records inside it. It can hold a collection of case records. It will be holding some collection of case records inside this object. Inside this collection, it will be storing a group of case records. Sometimes I want to store the list of user records. LST users equals to new list of user. Now what it will store? Now it will be holding that list of user records. It holds a list of user records. Now, so now this collection will store a collection of user records inside it. Now, sometimes I want to store my custom object records, like as position underscore C. So LST position equals to new list of position. So I would like to store a collection of position records inside it. So this collection can hold, this list collection can hold a collection of position records inside this. That means a collection of position object records will be holding inside this. Sometimes I want to store loan object records. Loan is my custom object. Loan underscore underscore C. LST loans equals to new list of loan underscore underscore C. We can able to store a collection of loan object records also inside it. So it's a collection of loan object records. Now in this case here, we can raise a question. Sir, here list of case, that means only case records it will accept, not other object records. List of position, only position records it can store, not other object records. List of loan, only loan object records, not other object records. Then it is like as a homogeneous, right? Yes. Then you can raise the question.
So unable to hear.
Hello.
Sir, we can't hear you. You are talking, but
Hello. Hello, Feroz.
Now, so now when coming to the listing collection, I'm indicated. That means what? Now this listing collection can store a collection of object type of elements. So what do you mean by the data
Excuse me,
type
sir.
object? Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you. Could you please let us know if you're having any issues, because all of a sudden you're going silent and we're unable to hear anything. I don't know if any issue from your end or something else.
Yeah. Yeah, that is from the network issue actually. So because here the internet has been disconnected, so that I'm connecting from another device. That's what.
Okay, thank you. If it repeats again, could you please leave a note so that we all know what's happening?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So now here in this case, so now whenever I'm storing some collection of elements, I'm going to be indicating this data type. So here I have given the data type like as object. So now this object data type indicates what? During our data types concept of Apex programming that already we have discussed, object is a data type which can store any type of element. Now it will be storing any type of elements, like it may be integer, double, decimal, string, boolean, date, anything, any type of element. One value will be getting stored inside this. So that list of objects equals to new list of object. So now what this collection will store, this collection will holds the collection of heterogeneous primitive type of elements. Primitive elements. That means only the primitive type of elements will be getting acceptable as part of this object. Sometimes you can raise a question, sir, I want a collection where I want to store one account record, one contact record, two lead record, 4 case records, one user record, one position record, one loan record, one customer record. Then how? It's multiple object records I want to mix together inside a single collection. Then how can we do that? So now at that time, we can use the help of list of yes object. List of yes object. LST records equals to new list of yes object. So now what this collection will store? Now this collection is going to be it holds a collection of heterogeneous object records. That means a collection of heterogeneous object records it can able to store. That means different object records can be held inside this collection. It allows us to store, okay, some account record, few contact record, few lead record, few position records, okay, any object records, multiple object records we can mix together inside a single collection by using that yes object data type. Now, so in this case, you can raise a question, sir, can I store any collection of elements inside this list collection? I already told you. So now inside this list collection, we can store collections also again. Then do we have any possibility to do that? Yes, there is a possibility. There is a possibility is available. So now here in this case, what? So now in this case, I'm giving the note point. In the list collection, not only storing single elements, we can able to store collection of elements also. That possibility is available over here. Now, list collection supports the nested list collections also. Nested list collections. Okay, list collection supports the nested list collection also. That already told you what do you mean by nesting. Nesting in the sense inserting one into another, including one into another. That is called as nesting. Like as previously we have discussed, one if condition we have written in another if condition, one while loop in another while loop, one for loop in another for loop. Like the similar way, we can write one list collection in another list collection also. That possibility is available. So we can able to use one list collection inside in another list collection also. That possibility is available. Now, list collection supports nested list collections also. That means here it will be, we can store one list collection into another list collection as well. That is, we can store one list collection into another list collection. Another list collection. Okay. We can store one list collection into another list collection. The possibility is available. How inside this list collection we can use another list collection also. That possibility is there. List of string. Then up to how many levels here? This is 2 levels. This is the 1, this is the 2. Up to how many levels? Up to 5 levels Salesforce will support. As part of listing collection supports the nested listing collections up to 5 levels. Nested listing collection up to 5 levels. Okay, up to 5 levels. Like we can specify this. List of string. LST elements equals to new list of string. This is a common question in every interview. So up to how many levels you can able to store the nested list collections in Salesforce? Nested list collections will be allowing us up to 5 levels, not more than that. Okay, up to 5 levels, it is supporting us to store the nested list collections. So we can store one list collection into another list collection up to 5 levels. That possibility is available as part of your list collection. Then how can we manage the elements inside this list collection? Inside this list collection, we are having various ready-made methods are available. As part of this list class, list class provides so many ready-made methods which we can use in order to manage the elements inside this collection. Okay, we have so many ready-made methods are available as part of this list collection. List collection provides a set of instance methods. Instance methods means what? These are the methods, ready-made methods given by Salesforce, which can be accessible through the instance. Instance means what? Object of the class. Through object only we can access these methods. Without the object, we can't access these methods. So in this case, list collection provides a set of instance methods to be used to manage the elements inside the collection. List collection provides a set of instance methods. Okay, provides a set of instance methods to be used to manage the elements inside the collection. Inside the collection, we can able to manage a group of elements also by using some ready-made methods. That possibility is available. So what are the various methods are available inside this collection in tomorrow's session? Tomorrow's session will see a collection of instance methods. What are the methods are available, and then what is the functionality of each and every method, and then how to use them. Okay, so now here I'm going a bit slowly because as part of list collection classes, these are the base. If you know these collection classes, then only further concept I can go ahead. Or else, okay, if I'm giving this information also, then you can't understand. That's a very, very difficult thing. Without the collections, we can't develop even a single program also, okay, in the next sessions. So the collections are the base. That's what I'm giving in detail. I'm giving each and every point to you so that you can get some time to digest that information. That's what I'm giving a bit slowly. Once the collections are free, once you are done with the collection, then we can improve, we can able to go with a bit faster also. Then you can understand very easily. Okay, that's what here I'm going a bit slow also as part of this collection, because collections are the base. And that too will be having the session this Saturday also. This Saturday also will be having the session as usual. Okay. So tomorrow we'll see the methods of this list collection. Don't miss the tomorrow session. If you know the list collection class method, then remaining collection classes will be very, very easy for you. Like asset collection, map collection will be very, very easy for you. Don't miss the tomorrow session. Okay.
Thank you, Firoz.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you.